We are talking about minor attacks, and we got a couple of them for you. And the very first one, I'm going to show on both sides, but they are beautiful indeed if you like minors. Now, I don't like minors personally in the sense of I don't like them as a unit, but if you want to learn how to use them because they are the meta in the game, here's a nice trick. Now, there's a couple ways you can do. The first one here is using loons to get down an Inferno Tower. Now, sometimes Inferno Towers are on the outside perimeter like this, and you can access the Inferno by the loons. Now, the whole point of this, that first one is for tests, is to trigger traps, and then the second follow-up 4 loons, and all you need is 4, it'll take down an Inferno Tower. Now, again, what is that for? You think, well, that's quite a bit of space, 25 space, but what that means is miners don't really have much issue. They only have 1 Inferno Tower, so you can just straight heal through the whole base. Now you're thinking, well, why not bring a freeze? Well, you don't need freeze with miners. I don't ever see freeze with miners. The only thing you'd ever bring with miners besides heal is a rage. Maybe 1 rage. Some people have brought 2 before, but usually at most 1 rage to get through maybe a tough section, either like an Inferno section with storages around it. But typically you want to just do a straight 5 heals on these minor attacks if you're doing mass minor. This was pretty much mass minor with a couple back end units. He's got a couple hogs for the back end for some Teslas. He used a couple loons as well to get down the Inferno Tower. Now, you don't always have to do that Inferno trick because sometimes you can't. So what do you do in those circumstances? Well, you can still mass minor it and hope. So a lot of times how people run these attacks, and I'll show you how to do another attack style using miners. So that's why you should stick around and learn something, because maybe you're trying to figure it out. Look at this, using some hogs, very nicely done. Using the king to take down this Tesla farm with the hogs, working in unison. King was tanking, hogs were behind, and look at that, guys. Sarumas. I don't even know. He perfectly 3-starred it. Beautifully. Way to go using miners. Now, here's another strategy. Same sort of thing. Oh, what's going on here? You have a rage. Oh yes, I said you could bring a rage. Yes, indeed. Now, the whole point of this, guys, is to get the Inferno Tower down. Now, he is making, look at this pathing. He understands pathing. He was going to go Tesla, mortar, cannon, and then they're going to go towards the Inferno. Now, the reason he brought so many loons is because he knew he could lose some of those to some traps, to some Teslas. So he didn't need that many in the end, but he just made sure that the Inferno went down. Now, what that is ensuring is Inferno range not going to kill the miners. Obviously, you can't heal through Inferno Towers. Now, look at this. Using wizards to help funnel with the king, take down some structures. Queen up the center here with the wall break in, and then she's going to get the second Inferno Tower down before the even Hound does anything. That, my friends, is a brilliant attack strategy. Miners up top. Now at this moment, this base is acting like a Town Hall 9 base. In fact, some of the defenses are Town Hall 9 as well, but certainly as far as non-Inferno Towers, it's acting like a Town Hall 9 kind of, because Infernos are not part of Town Hall 9, in case you didn't know, but of course you know because you've been playing the game long enough. So what that means is you can heal through pretty much everything. Now, I believe he's going to use his rage probably on this queen section. That's where I would put it. And the reason I said do storage is because look at these storages here. You see these in the clan castle, the dark elixir, the gold mine, and the queen, and all this stuff, and the elixir. That is a tough section, and look what he did. He put a rage down right where I said you could use it. Now, that is the power of a rage. Maybe to encounter some of heroes, but mainly to get through some of these hard defensive units. Look at that. They just melt through, under raid, they just melt through all those storages so fast. I mean, so much damage done. This was a smacked out massacre. Samson was he is the Samson. He was tearing down walls. He was breaking bones, throwing people apart. He was Samson. I don't know if he had a Delilah. Obviously, he didn't have a Delilah, because if he had a Delilah, he would not have succumbed to, he would have succumbed to a fail if Delilah was out. So thank goodness, no Delilah on the defensive part. Very nicely executed, and that is how you minor attack. See, I mean, I say I don't like miners, but miners are super meta right now. Not in all bases, but they're really powerful. So I'm going to show you one of their attacks. Give some Art of War some love. And this is a mass minor hit. The reason I'm bringing this in is because this is another strategy that's used. Typically on these bases, what you want to look for is to put king and queen on one side. Now, you don't always have to bring baby dragons. You can use other funnel troops. It is worth using funnel troops to make sure your miners go in. But see, the queen is used for funneling. The king is used for funneling, and of course the queen might get a couple other structures, and then you put miners right up the core. Baby Dragon was up top funneling as well, so making sure to push the miners in. He could have maybe done a little bit of better job. I mean, he got a 3-star, but he could have invested maybe a troop or two more in maybe some of the side funnel. I mean, places that would actually matter. Sometimes it's not worth it to put side funnel troops, but if you can get some easy snipes using some minions, I didn't scout the base long enough to know. If you could have done that, it can be very worth it to create that funnel. King stayed alive and the queen stayed alive. Amazing. Baby Dragon helping out the queen, helping tanking, and yeah, pretty smacked base. He's got quite a few miners up, way more than I thought. Man alive. Maybe you didn't need as many funnel troops as I thought, but how did the queen stay alive? Wow, pretty impressive that the queen stayed alive through that whole raid. Smacked it with 2 heroes up, probably like 15 miners. That looks like 15, 20 maybe. I have no idea. Can't count miners as they crawl underground. Rain showing us that mass miner attack. That is how you do it. Side funnel with heroes, some baby dragons, some bowlers, some wizards, all kinds of things for side funnels that you could use to help path your miners in. And there's some 3-star strategies for you, my friends, and hopefully you learned something in Clashology School. Smack the like button, smack the subscribe button, share it, and you'll get better. It's for practice. Halo out.